Greetings, unsettled souls. As you know, the correct news has entered the Infowars contest, so the Fukushima show that you are now seeing is in two parts. If you're a regular viewer and you don't know what we're doing, we've explained it in other shows, so by all means, just go back a couple of editions. We got 10 minutes. We're going to get to the other side of it. We always talk in the Fukushima show of two things, about the nuclear problems in Japan, of course, obviously, and then nuclear problems as they affect the world globally, because so many people say, well, it doesn't really affect me, it's not close to me. Let me go to screen share for a moment. I'm not going to do this much during this edition, but I do want to show you this. The whole world is forgetting everything that we have learned during the Cold War, and I would argue it's more than mildly frightening. Russian nuclear bombers intercepted near Alaska. Russian nuclear forces dispatched 2 strategic bombers in the air defense area near Alaska on Friday, and the aircraft were intercepted by American F-22 jets, the U.S. Northern Command had said. This is according to the Free Beacon. 2 Tu-95 Bear bombers intruded into the 200-mile Air Defense Identification Zone, ADIZ, over the Bering Sea near Alaska coast last Friday. Now, I don't need to go into great detail. You're welcome to read the rest of it there, but I don't think I need to go into great detail to anyone who has seen the movie Dr. Strangelove. Okay, now granted, that's a bit of a stretch, but the point being, wargaming like this, it can lead to errors, can lead to people thinking an actual attack is happening. A couple communication channels go wrong, and we're looking at things going red in America. The threat of nuclear war is not over. If anything, the threat of nuclear war is now as bold as ever. It's just our people are too dumb to understand it. There used to be a time when a movie like The Day After would terrify the nation. Now they just don't accept it as real, or they're too dumbed down to care. Listen to this. Terrifying new nuclear threat is here. This is from Fox News. The Air Force is integrating the B-61 MOD-12 nuclear weapon into the F-35 this year as part of the long-range plan to deploy a thermal-armed, dual-capable F-35 able to give commanders a wide envelope of precision nuclear attack options. What exactly are we talking about here? Major progresses in what planes can deliver in terms of payloads and the very large machines that used to be needed for this kind of nuclear warfare is no longer needed. These are the best machines in the world, okay? They are literally that powerful. Detailed risk reduction activities have been completed, ensuring the F-35A is fully compatible with the B-61-12 weapon. Planning for Block 4 nuclear certification efforts to have begun in anticipation of the initial B-61-12 integration of the F-35A this year. That's according to Major Emily Grabowski, Air Force spokeswoman. So let's evaluate this for a second. The trouble with these weapons are, I will shut myself off air. The trouble with these weapons are when you move in this direction, the way that we have interlocked in treaties of which the Constitution has warned us against, as we interlock with these kinds of things, other nations get their hands on the weapons legally. If you doubt me, then let's take a look here. I wrote this article for the Conservative Daily Post. How many of you feel comfortable about Turkey getting the weapon? Or actually, it's for the Teddy Stick. I'm sorry, I write for both. Turkey's plans to see the F-35 fighter delivered about to be shot down. They're going to give this to them. Experts view the fighter as the world's most advanced and versatile warplane, and Turkey has ordered 100 of them. Lockheed Martin's 5th-generation stealth fighter comes with 300,000 parts that can be dissected by the Muslim nation as well. Now, let's not forget, and this goes into this in the article, Turkey has been holding U.S. Presbyterian pastor in a prison because they're trying to get their hands on another pastor who the leader of Turkey thinks tried to kill him. They are cozying up to the Russians. Do you think that there's any chance whatsoever, even the tiniest chance, that Russia maybe wouldn't take this apart when their friend Turkey gives it to them? Now, granted, sooner or later, one of them is going to get shot down. We saw this during the Obama era with our drone. Our drone technology is out. However, we don't need to go speeding the process along, I wouldn't think. And that is why you can see this convergence of things all over the world. Yeah, I can compact it into 10 minutes if I have to. It seems that all world leaders have forgotten every lesson that was learned while children were hiding under desks, people. And that brings us to the last story, which you all know is the DUMBDEE of the day. If you wish to donate to what I'm doing, you can do so at thecorrectviews@hotmail.com. You do that through PayPal. Every penny you give to me, of course, I put it towards a better show. Some people have mentioned the quality of the show. I don't have editing software, so that's why I have been using good old Google Hangout. I do have a degree in it. I know how to use Adobe Premiere. I can do just about anything in Adobe Premiere. All right, friends, DUMBDEE of the day. We're going to get into it. We've got just a few minutes left. Iran still seeking tech for weapons of mass destruction, according to German intelligence. This is Fox News, the DUMBDEE of the day, going out to all those people that second-guessed Mr. Trump on why it is he didn't trust Iran. Maybe this is why. Maybe they were breaking the rules. Iran's regime has not stopped its drive to secure technology and scientific knowledge to produce weapon of mass destruction. The intelligence agency for the German state of Baden, I think it's Württemberg, disclosed in a report last week. Iran continued to undertake, as did Pakistan and Syria, efforts to obtain goods and know-how to be used for the development of weapons of mass destruction and to optimize corresponding missile delivery systems, said the intelligence document, and it was reviewed by Fox News. Now, so many people have said, Mr. Trump was so wrong. They were, this is going to usher in them breaking the rules. People, they were already breaking the rules. The intelligence agency, the State Office for the Protection of the Constitution, monitors threats to Germany's democratic constitutional order and is the equivalent of the FBI, operating on a state level. The counter-espionage officials wrote that Iran's illicit activities in Germany are concentrated in the classic sectors of espionage, politics, the economy, science, the military, and armaments industry. You read the rest of the article for yourself at Fox News, friends, but let me go ahead and give you the rundown of what this is, what the whole show is, but particularly this last story. Iran has at no point given up any of their ambitions in terms of how it pertains to wiping out America. They chant in the street, death to America, death to the Jews. And the leader says, what does it really mean that? It's a cry to unity. Would he feel that way if we were shouting death to Islam or death to Khomeini? I think they would not. Iran has been pursuing this openly. Why would we allow them? Plus, they're trying to build a nuclear power plant at Bashir on an active fault zone. And those of you that followed part one of this in Fukushima know exactly what that caused. So even if it wasn't for Iran being a hateful nation, you should not build a nuclear power plant on an active fault zone. Yeah, but America has done it. Well, they shouldn't have either. As for the rest of the stories, friends, it's clear. If more of the population, and this may sound like a left issue, I'm more of a libertarian, I'm definitely not a Republican, but I'll put it out there. If we don't start demanding from our leaders, yes, Republican, yes, Democrat, yes, all of our leaders, that we pull away from nuclear weaponry and this notion as a world, if we don't get back to what we were doing in Reagan's era, where the world wakes up to this, then what very easily may wake up to one day is a mushroom cloud. And after that, it's a little bit too late to talk. So let's hope people are talking now. Good night, friends. God bless.